Hey guys, Elizabeth Quinn here again with Elizabeth's Scenes and Scents. Welcome back to my channel. Please don't forget to check out my website, which is waftingwonderfulwax.scentsy.us, where I am Liz Quinn, your star Scentsy consultant. So today what I have for you is an almost 2-week version of what I have been warming. Life was a little crazy last week with some personal things that I'll catch up with you more on next week. But we're going to dive right on into this wonderful pile of wax, starting with the Valentine's collection, and it's very, very nice. So first off, Apricot Cloud is really beautiful. This has musk, it's got the apricot, it has a sweetness, it's got a lightness to it, and I wasn't sure that it was going to be a great performer. I thought maybe it would be sort of a bedroom appropriate perfumey floral with the peach apricot note. No, not at all. It is very, very much like apricot vanilla, not quite as strong, but from our usual spring-summer lineup, and it throws a lot better than it appears to in the clam. It's beautiful. I had put it in one bedroom, and I can smell it all the way down the hallway into the dining room very, very nicely. So if you want a romantic, beautiful apricot scent that you almost want as body care, definitely get Apricot Cloud. It is really good. The next one is the Peppered with Kisses, and this is really nice also. I thought this was going to be the strongest one of the collection, and it is not. It is a good medium. It holds its own in a room. I used 4 cubes of this, 2 cubes and 2 cubes in the warmers that I have currently in my Florida room, and it's quite cold out there. It's insulated but not heated, and every time I would let the dogs out, it smelled great. I also had it in the dining room, so if you're looking for sort of a just comforting Valentine's romantic musky floral, it's just good. It's really nice because I think it's got a touch of raspberry and pink pepper too, so it's complex, not too sweet, but very Valentine's. And then this one, Sweetheart Sugar Cookies. I really, really enjoy this. All 3 of them. I don't know if I could truly pick a favorite because the Apricot Cloud surprised me so much. The Sweetheart Sugar Cookies, very cheerful with pistachio and cherry and the sugar cookie notes. Doesn't last as long as the others, but it's exactly what I would want for most of the day in my kitchen or maybe my dining room to cheer me up in the middle of the snowy February winter. Next, I've got a Luck of the Rainbow. This is the one for February Scent and Warmer of the Month kit. And it's really nice. So if you've melted squeeze the day and you find it just too strong, this might be your bar. It is a little bit more fruity because it's got raspberry and the orange and the lemon. So it's medium at most. Maybe you would do medium strong if I put in more cubes. I just did 2 in one warmer in a bedroom. But it's good. I will look forward to melting this all spring long. It's very, very happy. So now we'll just get into all the things that I felt like melting. And there's an awful lot of stuff that's winter and a little bit of stuff that's sort of that fall, but it crosses over into cozy winter territory melting. But Almond Croissant is one of my all-time favorite bakery scents Scentsy's ever done. So I melted some of this, and it's just a beautiful flaky pastry with the almond and a little bit of cinnamon sugar with Perk Me Up. That, I did some of it, some of the warmers, just the Almond Croissant, but some of them added some Perk Me Up, which is just kind of a medium grade Colombian coffee from Scentsy. And those 2 together made a really good bakery cozy day in the house. Another day I went to some of my heavy hitters for the middle of the winter just to feel cozy. Polar Bear Hug, which I don't really melt at Christmas. I save for January, February. It's beautiful. This is a scent that if you've never tried it, it's in our catalog and I would highly encourage you to get it. It has musk, I think it's got vanilla, it's got blackberry, and it's almost like a body care, but very wintry. So lovely. And I paired that with my good old brick of fluffy fleece from a flash sale last fall. This has heliotrope. Last time I said something else that wasn't right. I think black currant. It's definitely got musk. It's a cozy floral laundry scent, and that and Polar Bear Hug were fantastic together. Put this over here out of the way. So then there were other things where I just had maybe a few odds and ends, a couple of cubes and a clam here, or something else there. So I tossed a couple of cubes of Christmas cookie just to get rid of the clam into a warmer. I still like this. I need to check and see if it's in my club, and I either want a stack of it for next year or will be clubbing it because it's just an interesting, slightly sharp, yes, now that it's been sitting for a couple of months, but scent of the month, I think it was for November, where you've got the gingerbread and then you have some pine and some orange peel, and I like it. It's very happy to me. Here's another one. This is a classic, and I've been evaluating this to sort of pit it against one that's in the Bring Back My Bars, that's another basic spice scent. This is Cozy Spice. Many of you have probably never heard of this outside of People Scentsy Clubs, but it's really good. And it's this warm, beautiful, medium level spice. It's got nutmeg and then probably some cinnamon, maybe a little bit of like a splash of milk, almost like it's a spiced tea. There's no tea note, but it just has all those notes in it. And it's just one of those smells that a lot of people have never heard of it, but I keep it in my club because it's not as strong as a lot of other spices, but it's warm and rounded and beautiful. But this, I wanted to melt to compare to Simply Cinnamon that is in our current Bring Back My Bar. And the thing is that the Simply Cinnamon is not as complex, but spice level is similar. So if you've ever melted Cozy Spice but you can't get more, you're not going to get the nutmeg. But this has a similar enough personality, and I used that in a different pile of things that I melted another day. There's compatibility there. If you miss Cozy Spice, that Simply Cinnamon might be a good choice to try instead. So then, here are some clams where I think I did all of these in different parts of the house on the same day. Make Me Snickerdoodle is current in our catalog and one of those kind of supporting actor spice and bakery scents. It's not really strong enough to do justice all by itself in your house unless you want something super chill, because it's an interesting sort of cookie dough with a sprinkle of bakery cinnamon smell. But I really like it paired with things like winterberry apple tea, alternate warmers, because winterberry apple tea is quite strong. It's really good. It's got a nice spicy, this one has real tea, spicy tea scent with some cranberries. It's got some apples and is wonderful for this time of the year. But sometimes the sharpness and the strength of it, I want it balanced, and that's why I usually do it with the Make Me Snickerdoodle. Very good. And then I think I had 4 cubes left of this candied cranberry pecan because I'm kind of rooting through some bins where I've got odds and ends. And I love this smell. I think I have 1 more full clam left. Got some of this in a flash sale, and it is brandied plum with beautiful cranberries, some spice, very appropriate for November, and I do kind of miss that. It hasn't been in the catalog in a while. So then, where I was combining the Simply Cinnamon with a couple of other things, all 3 of these are Bring Back My Bar currently. So these guys, I've got the cranberry spice, the cherry clove chutney, and the Simply Cinnamon. Now, because this is a mixer, originally this was a mixer, I put that in a warmer with some cherry clove chutney, 1 cube to 1 cube. Beautiful scent. So if you have the cherry clove chutney and you like it, which I like it all by itself very much, I clubbed it, but maybe you just want to add not just clove but some cinnamon, throw in that cube of Simply Cinnamon, and then I had 3 cubes left of cranberry spice. And when I was originally reviewing all the BBMBs, I had a terrible cold for 2 weeks, so I wanted to give this one a fair shake again. Cranberry spice. I still prefer the sweetness of the cherry clove chutney, but if you just want a very straightforward cranberry scent that's not as sweet or as gentle as Very Merry Cranberry, it's a little sharper, this cranberry spice will do the job. I still don't think I'm going to get any more because I like the cherry clove chutney better, but if you are just looking for a plain cranberry that would be a good mixer, I bet cranberry spice would be fantastic with like a tart apple smell. Those were very good, and those are all going in my house today. So then another day, I really had this craving one day for cardamom. I don't know if you ever just kind of crave a note, but I just wanted cardamom. And I wanted sort of that tangy, woodsy, woody, late fall or January smell. So this one has no cardamom in it, but I paired it with 2 that do. Fall feeling. I really don't melt a lot of this, and it's not in the catalog anymore, and I haven't seen it in any sales, but this is so good. And I just did 1 warmer or 2 because it's so strong. It's got juniper, blood orange. It's a very earthy, almost deep woodsy smell. Love it. Absolutely love it. And I paired it with something that is current in our catalog, that is white pumpkin and driftwood. Guys, I have to throw this thing in my club at the end of the season. It's so good, and it's good in the fall, but there's cardamom, there's driftwood, there's amber, there's white pumpkin. It doesn't smell, though, like harvest fall. It just smells warm and earthy and sophisticated. It's so good. So I had those 2 going out in the public spaces, and then I pulled out a Teddy Bees. You're going to see a lot of Teddy Bees at the second half of this video. Autumnal Dream to do in the bedrooms at the same time, because this has warm cedar, oak trees, dried berries, carrot, vanilla, sandalwood, balsam, creamy, cardamom, Fresh pine and guaiac wood. Oh, heavenly. And it's so good with the white pumpkin and driftwood. I hope some of you picked this up in one of the 3 different sales that she had recently that had it in there. So there was the pre-order, there was the RTS, and then there was a leftover sale. And I think this even got discounted because people didn't want it. You missed out. This is so good. And then that little bit of carrot and the freshness kind of reminds me of Farmer's Market from Scentsy. Just take the spring notes away and add the woodsy and cardamom-y. Beautiful. So that was a good day. Another day where I was mixing Teddy Bees and Scentsy was caramel chestnut, which I have too many bricks of, and bakery and Lee's. Such a good day. Caramel chestnut's nice and strong and robust with the toasty roasty chestnut and the sweet caramel, and bakery and Lee's. I now have, I think, 2 or 3 more souffles of this. Brown sugar, caramel, powdered sugar, bakery dough, sugared musk, bottom notes of sweet woods. It's the sweet woods along with all the bakery that makes this a little unusual. Guys, so good. Nice and strong. Both of those made me so happy. Warm, cozy, cuddly winter bakery scents. Another day, I paired falling leaves, which I adore. This is cinnamon and patchouli and clove with blackberry spice. This is another either fall or midwinter, just perfect melt. Blackberry spice has cedar, it's got the blackberry, it's got some apple, and it went very well with this warm and very woody patchouli spice blend. All right, now going in a totally different direction. I really explored Snuggle Up for a couple of weeks, trying to feel it out. I put it in my club. Oh man, it's so good. It's just angel lavender. It's got vanilla. It's got sage. It's kind of floaty, even though it's laundry. And there's a sweetness, and I have definitely fallen really hard for it. And I did that on the same day as a tub I just got in the mail from the leftovers from Teddy Bees of Jon Snow. Now, I've been scared of this from Teddy Bees because there's mint and flannel sheets in here, and I don't tend to like those notes, but this is a great smell. Palo Santo, flannel sheets, creamy vanilla, and mint. Somehow they all equalize each other. And it's got like an icy, outdoorsy thing. Now, this is going to sound a little bit weird, but it reminds me of when I would go out on the lake that my parents live on just over there. Like I could see their house from here. In the wintertime, in weather like this when I was a child, and we would go and we would check on the ice shanties out in the middle of the lake that were doing ice fishing. And there's this odd grouping of smells, a little bit of, sort of the man smells where you've got the snowmobile oil and some of those other weird things and the kerosene cookers and the space heaters and all that out in the shanties. But then you get the cold wind and the ice and the water because they've chopped all these holes and they're looking for their fish. In a really good way, this reminds me of that. So Jon Snow is surprisingly really, really good for me. All right, another day I went hardcore in the late winter pine smells. So Black Forest Pine from Scentsy has been in my club for forever, never coming out. Yes, you could do it for Christmas, but I love it in January. So it's a warm, very beautiful, deep dark evergreen, pepper tangerine, smoky vanilla, layers and layers of love, and it's fabulous with Pacific Northwest winter, which is one of Teddy Bees' best. So you could do this one at Christmas or in January because I think it kind of splits the line. It's not festive. It can be festive, but it's definitely winter woodsy. Fresh snow, pine sap, fresh mistletoe, vanilla balsam, hint of cranberries, and burning fireplace off in the distance. So those two together, totally happy, cold, beautiful winter day in Michigan. Oh, loved it. Another day, I dug out what has got to be the queen of the spicy bakery scents that are cozy. I used to tell you that this was my very favorite scent to melt all year long. It's still way up there, and my other favorite other than Cozy Fireside. And every time I melt it, I still think that that's true. There are just so many others that have risen up to challenge it. That is Cozy Spice. I mean, no. Cozy Chai. Wrong clam. Cozy Chai. This is the best scent. I raved about gingerbread hugs all during Christmas. This is kind of like gingerbread hugs, but there's more complexity. It's got that beautiful gingerbread chai latte and creamy vanilla and caramel, and it just performs the best. It goes for hours. It saturates the room. It's never bad. So that's in my club, never coming out. And then, I thought I used some of this. I mixed in a clam frosted cinnamon roll that I guess I put out to melt and never did. So we're not going to talk about that if I didn't melt it. It's a good one, though. Okay, now another one from Teddy B's that I put in my bedroom same day we were doing Cozy Chai. Sugar Spice and Fireside. Oh, beautiful. I love the oatmeal notes from Teddy B's. The smell of snickerdoodles, oatmeal cookies in a wood fire oven. Oh, guys, I know that this was in the last RTS. I didn't move fast enough to get any. Really good midwinter bakery. Phenomenal. Okay, what have I missed here? I have a little odds and ends pile of Scentsy where I was just throwing these things in randomly. One of them, my daughter was melting Surfer Chick, and I have a couple of cubes of this, or clams of this in the basement. I think she just wanted something fresh. It's beautiful. It's got guava, it's got tropical fruits, it's sweet, happy, and light. A nice mood lifter this time of the year in a bedroom. And Cozy Kitchen, which was just randomly going in a room for a part of a day to get this clam gone. This is current BBMB, and if you want another cozy, spiced bakery oatmeal scent with a little bit of like a creaminess, this is really good. And it's got that little sprinkle of cinnamon. It's gorgeous. Next, we have Ode to Opulence. Now, this I think I did in a bedroom, or I just threw it in a couple of mini warmers, maybe with the blackberry spice. Not saying that was the best combo. I don't know what I was thinking, but this is beautiful. It's creamy. It's exotic. It's got orange. It feels like it has maybe grape or plum, some coconut milk. It's a really unusual, lovely, elegant scent, and good and strong. Stronger than you'd think. Woolly Slippers. Went through my first clam. Have a few from a haul I just did. This is very nice. It's complex. Lavender, marshmallow, and vanilla. Very good, especially if you like lavender vanillas. Definitely get that or put it in your club. It was nice. And then Cozy Cashmere. I think I did that on the same day as the Woolly Slippers. This is so nice. This is another one that was in the same collection as Cozy Spice. It was years ago. It's been in my club for a long time. This has cashmere, blackberry, amber. Gorgeous. It's just comforting and a little bit sensual and so nice. Okay, so what else do I have left? I've got a few Teddy B's left. One day, I just wanted the coziness of vanilla and Palo Santo. So I have two different loaves from Teddy B's that are on the opposite ends of the spectrum. Very similar notes, but they have different personalities. I Heart Vanilla Palo Santo is going to be creamy vanilla marshmallow, vanilla milkshake, marshmallows and magnolias, and Palo Santo. This actually, it throws at the right level. It's not super strong, but to just give you this subtle, sophisticated vanilla coziness. Oh, it's beautiful. I would get another loaf of this in a heartbeat, and I know for most people, I think this is sort of an unsung hero that isn't very exciting. It's so good though, guys. It's so good. And then I tested out a little bit of my loaf of Milk of the Poppy. And this is a milky white medicinal potion made from the poppy plant used as a painkiller. Palo Santo and the richest creamy vanilla. Okay, so I guess I read you the part that's from Game of Thrones too. And this one is much creamier because it's heavier on the vanilla, and then there's some Palo Santo to balance it. So the two of them together, just really nice. And when it's just snowing and the entire world is gray and taupe and white, I'm funny about that. I like to sometimes match what it looks like outside with the colors of the wax. I know that's weird, but I do that. So that was a fun day. Another day, I just tried out something I got in the last little order from the leftovers. It wasn't really the RTS. It was like a second one afterwards to get stuff gone from Teddy B's. Witches Be Crazy for roasted pine cones. Now, I'm not really much of an expert on Witches Be Crazy, but this was really nice. It's just a cozy bakery scent. Definitely has some pecan waffles. Not as strong as I keep hearing from everybody. Maybe it just needs to cure. But the roasted pine cone, I think, just sort of evened and tempered it. Really nice. I'm happy that I have this. And then, oh, you guys, oak cider and woods. Gorgeous. So I melted this over 2 different days in several spaces in the house. This is not the best scent for my open areas. It does better in my Florida room and my bedroom. I don't really know why, because all the notes, you'd think it's good and strong. It's strong enough, but it seems to like to be contained. So this has warm mulled cider, cedar, oak, vanilla, toasted marshmallow, pine cones, and smoked woods. Beautiful. Oh, so cuddly for this time of the year. I've got a whole loaf downstairs, so I was enjoying this that a friend gave me. One of my other favorites on the table, I think the white pumpkin and driftwood was a standout. The autumnal dream was a standout. The cozy chai was a standout. It was just the nicest couple weeks of wintry cozy melting. Now here's another one I got in that leftover sale. I was really hoping I would love this. I knew that when they said it smelled like warm apple pie from Bath and Body Works, that candle always left a little bit to be desired for me, but so many people through the Teddy Bees groups and reviews said that this was fabulous. And I'm like, well, I have a loaf left. I'd rather get it in a tub, but I guess we'll gamble. The perfect apple pie. Now, I do not hate this, but I am struggling a little bit with the Granny Smith apple and the pie crust. To me, the Granny Smith apple is almost Jolly Rancher-like rather than a smooth and mellow apple oil. And then I really like the crust, but I just feel like the two don't meet as well. Will I melt it? Yeah, I don't hate it, but I prefer baked apple pie by Scentsy. So baked Granny Smith, melted brown sugar, and flaky homemade crust. So maybe my problem is I need spice, which the rest of you would be like, yes, Elizabeth, you're the spice queen, you need spice. Maybe I just need to throw a cube of Simply Cinnamon in here and it would bridge the gap. I love the crust note. It's just odd with the tart, sharp apple. All right, another thing that I don't know what day I was doing it, Praline and Woods. Oh, I love this. And if you are a Teddy Bees person, somebody put this on the scent request list of 900 different things. Don't overlook this. It's so good. It's flown under the radar, kind of like the I Heart Vanilla Palo Santo. Oh, toasted pecans, praline candy, spiced white cake blended with softwoods. Guys, this is to die for. It's so warm and gentle and cozy. And last but not least, 2 of the best coffee scents that they had for the pre-order RTS cycle for fall winter. First, we do the coffee. Love this scent. It is so strong. The sugar spice and fireside is very similar, but it's more bakery and oatmeal. This is gingerbread spice, glazed oatmeal cookies, French vanilla cappuccino, and cool creamy eggnog. You get the vanilla, you get the beautiful roasted coffee, you get the gingerbread that balances the oatmeal cookie. So you still get that same note that's in sugar spice and fireside. It's just the fireside one is a little bit more bakery cozy, and this is more coffee shop. Oh, it's so good. So I have the tub that I bought, and then I think my friend that gave me a whole bunch of Teddy Bees, because unfortunately for her huge house, it just didn't work all that well. I'm not mad though, because now I have a good bit of this, and I'm really happy. And then last but not least, Christmas Macchiato, which my friend also bought of Forget Me Not of. So I did both of those on the same day because they have coffee bases. And this is just so good. Christmas trees and cream. All by itself, it's okay. Add the espresso, I'm in love. This is my favorite Christmas trees and cream blend I've tried yet, and I've tried about 3 or 4. Fresh pine, buttercream, vanilla waffle cone, that's all the Christmas trees and cream. Espresso and vanilla ice cream. This is so, so good. So cozy. It's such a unique smell because Christmas trees and cream, it's distinct. It's creamy with the tiniest bit of sharpness from the pine and the waffle cone. I've never smelled that from any other wax company. Vendor, Scentsy, Yankee, nothing. And then you add the espresso to deepen it. I'm in love. So this was a really wonderful couple weeks of melting. Hopefully next week I'll be back to my every week what I've been warming schedule. But what are you guys doing in the deep freeze of January? And I see on the news, y'all down in Texas, Georgia, Florida, you're getting snow. How does that feel? Are you warming something very different because the weather has truly affected your mood? You probably don't want pineapples if the snow is outside. I would love to know how you guys are coping down south with this Arctic blast, which I know is incredibly rare. New Orleans got snow. New Orleans got snow. So yeah, please put in the comments if you're a southerner who's struggling with the snow, what's going on and what you're melting. Have a great day, guys. God bless. Bye-bye.